every firm is totally different. Some firms have big investment committees where, a partner might get really excited about your business, might do a lot of work, and then present it to the investment committee, which you don't really get to interface with directly all the time. And the investment committee can just reject it for whatever reason they want. Maybe they're having a bad day that day. Maybe they made some other investments that aren't going well. Maybe they just didn't, maybe they came in and heard you pitch the business once, and that's the only data point they have. And maybe you had a cough that day and you didn't sound your best, or you didn't step with your best foot forward. So it doesn't really matter how much weeks of work and diligence and customer calls the other partner did if the investment committee just can sort of veto it and throw the boot on the deal. So that's how some firms make their decisions, and that didn't seem like a good place and a good environment for me. There's other firms where they have a big, they have on the outward facing side the appearance of a big team and a big firm, but really it's a bunch of like lone wolves that go and do their own deals, and they actually don't collaborate. They're not a team. It's sort of just like six or eight people just share an office, but other than that, they don't really work together. One partner does their own thing. They make their own decisions. They do their own work, and they're just kind of like sharing an office. And I didn't want to be in that kind of an environment either. And when I met the team at Andreessen Horowitz, actually, one of the things they encouraged me to do, because I think they recognize that their approach to venture is so different. And this won't be a sales pitch for Andreessen Horowitz, I promise. But their approach is so different. They said, "Hey, you should go talk to some other firms." And so I did that. I had been, and I went and did it some more. And what I realized at Andreessen Horowitz was this idea that they wanted to build a firm that really supports entrepreneurs, especially post-investment. How do they help you build the best executive team possible and the best talent team possible, so you have the absolute all-stars on your team? How do you go and meet the most important customers and make sure that they become your customers? How do we help you sell and get introduced and open doors for you? And so we built out a whole platform. How do we make sure that you never run out of money and raise money? So we built a capital networks team at the firm. And so we had all these sort of parts of our platform. And I just thought, as an entrepreneur, I wanted all those things. And so that, at the end of the summer, I was like, all right, I really like these people.